And you know, you can tell whether people, and then you tell a guy, accent this. So I just say anything after a while, no, accent that. They want me, whoever they was, they wanted me to say something acrimonious probably. Or anger, why, anything. Maybe they could put it on the news and the U.S. could charge me, since it's a Russian, I would become a Russian agent. Remember if I said anything stupid? If they put it on television, what the white folks don't say, that nigga looked like a Russian agent. He loved them, and now Russians are bad guys and everything. I said, no, we don't need none of that. So, we'll be back. When they left, they ran out of here. I said, take it easy, boy. They ran out of here like they was running to get out of here. Because they didn't get nothing they wanted. You know, it was like Sean Hannity. I know you're going to say something very exciting and very... He want me to say something stupid. So they could do it like they did Samuel Ariane. The TV got him a case. That's why the number of traps we've missed is uncountable. Nobody knows except Allah. I know some of them. Somebody else might know a few hundred, or maybe 1,000. But nobody but Allah knows, because the government don't tell everybody we did this, that. They had to change that a few years ago, several years ago. Because if you get into this after another, pretty soon, to the snitches, you're becoming a hero. We did this. He said, we're going to do number 5, we're going to do the whole play around, let's play around this. After about 10 or 15 of them plays, the snitches know this is the boss man. He beat all them plays. So boss man have to stop telling only need to know, as the white man say, need to know. You don't need to know. We tell this brother to do that before, they just, oh, we're going to run all this stuff on it. They don't do that no more. Only the play that relates to you and your information. They don't tell all of what they done. Why? Because it makes you a hero. You made this nigga, how many cutie pies you drop on it? Remember I was saying last year, I don't want to see another yellow girl. I'm tired of y'all coming by with these yellow girls. Sakina asked me, we went to the coffee place, who is that, Dad, the woman trying to breathe all on you and getting all that? I said, she's a yellow girl, sweetie pie. And you know the way the white man and the Negroes think, dark Negroes, like yellow girls, and they're 97% correct, and no doubt about that. But it's vice versa, you know. So they send straight-haired yellow girls, curly-headed yellow girls, medium yellow, high yellow, green-eyed yellow. They keep on. They said something gotta go, you know, sooner or later. Why? All the other niggas and white men, they look, how many times would you have to trap Donald Trump? One time. As soon as you roll that girl out, if she got fully functional body parts, or Bill, she don't have to have. Don he like blonde bombshells. Tenders. You know, you're a dog. He don't mess with common looking women hardly, unless he maybe is stuck in a situation on the island somewhere. You have to. But Bill is an equal opportunity fornicator. Bill is technically a nice guy. That's why all the women voted for him. You know what they said? I told them in Pakistan, look like they're going to lose. This is 90 years and all the Democrats. Why is that when they have so? I said, y'all don't understand. Bill is an equal opportunity fornicator. Over here, that's bad. I said, but there, all the women know. If they can get close to Bill, he would risk his whole presidency for them. Is it true? Of course it's true. Is she a dog, got a mug face? It don't matter to Bill. You a girl. Right?
If she got a job, she got a shot.
She got a shot. So Bill, the people loved him. Right? And why, you know how Hillary was in those days. I supported Hillary. You can't see what you got at home. Hillary must have had too much sense and intimidated or something. So he took it out on the ugly girls. Because, you know, Hillary in her time, technically she was the healthiest white woman ever been in that White House that I didn't see. Right?
And everybody else.
That girl was healthy. Why he had to run around with her, I don't know, that's his business. It's his business. But none of those things caught us. All of them, the whole government, we turned them into amateurs. Abdul Malik is an amateur. Amateur. I'm not saying, I'm not bragging. Hell, I've been all around the world, been shot at 300 times, then been blown up in a submarine. How the hell, I'm a professional. I mean, I'm exaggerating. But I'm a professional, right? Ain't nobody else been through none of that stuff. And then they're gonna send somebody straight out of high school. Well, university, the same thing. And the whole crew, they're amateurs. Mukhtar is an amateur. He gonna come. And since he's such an amateur, that's supposed to make you mad. You know, you're supposed to be a big nigga, he's supposed to be a little nigga. So if they send the littlest nigga, it's supposed to make you even madder. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No competition.
It's just, it's training. It's training. The transition is here. We're in the transition now. It don't make no difference. I think there are people who are technically pulling for us in the system. Whether they're playing, that's their part, or whatever, it don't make us no difference. But we know that there are certain things going our way and certain timing within the system. The system itself may be convinced that we are a natural asset for the environment that's coming. All of them are not stupid, just most. And some might say, we gotta have a little old car out there. Because, okay, is something happening? Look at the news. Look at the doggone news. It's ridiculous. The news is ridiculous. Now, poor Putin is going in there. I don't know whether Putin and all of them is over here, you know, the old Cold War stuff. The Russians on this end, the Americans on this end, and everybody in between got to run to one of them. I don't know, maybe they're doing that, maybe they're not. It don't make us no difference. One thing is certain. They can't totally control everything. They're manipulating a lot. But one day they're going to say, Russia is yours and there's chemicals. And they're the only ones that have them. Now, just crying. I remember the Russians in 62, 63, they had them little umbrella they pop you and so the Russians have been down with that stuff for a long time. So is the U.S. But Russia don't need to kill no spy that they done sent back itself. The guy might be a double, triple. They can't tell him nothing, right? And what they tell them may be what they wanted to tell them. So if you wanted to figure out who was going to kill them, who would benefit? The U.S. would benefit the other people. And then all other dumb Europeans say, yeah, you did this. One thing about them is they don't use proof and evidence no more, do they? No. They don't believe in evidence. The guy just shot 59 of them missiles. Remember last year?
Right. Trump.
No proof. No proof. And the people is telling them, man, we got even the UN, they said, it looks a little funny there. So Russia and Syria start going in and say, and they show you what they find. They say, we got news that they gonna do this and blame it on us. That's how loose they are with it.
Arrogant.
Arrogant and loose. Okay, now with us, with the Islamic movement, you could tell when they, last year, year before last, Saudi Arabia and Israel was pulling out their little hair with this thing with Iran. We was talking about it all the time. Okay. It ain't none of my business who got what. But Iran suffered an 8-year war, didn't nobody help it. You can say what you want. Personally, I'm certain they got their nukes a long time ago. The Soviet Union was breaking up. You could buy them for little or nothing. And Iran and the Soviet Union border, and all the other guys that had nuclear weapons right next to them.
And my question is, what gives you the right to tell another country what they can have, what they can't have?
Our man got a God complex, man. He can't help it.
No, I ain't gonna say that.
Right. Hey, he feels like, remember, he's real, you're not real. Everything he do is like that. Oh, South Africa, finally you get your freedom after we done tried to help keep the South Africans in. Now, how about you just get rid of your atomic bomb? You don't want niggas with no atomic bomb. Right? They're obvious. The UN is obviously ridiculous. It's insanity. Anyway, we try to speed up. Like we say, the system, whatever they thinking, they didn't think they would be here with us saying what we're saying today, with the world being like it is right now. And no matter what happened, deal with us. You know, when we look at our Muslim brothers around the world, and even when we look at what they do to black people, now I'm speaking personally, this stuff ain't shit. That's the only thing I can, what they do to me. You ought to see, I'm gonna show you. Stuff ain't shit, man. It ain't nothing. It ain't even like, oh, you're gonna just do all this stuff out in the open, and it's all right. The last 2 arrests was wonderful, because when I visited a legal team about the stuff that they did, they said the date that happened more than 2 years ago, you can't even file on that. You got dead rights, but that was 2014.
Statute of limitations, huh?
Well, on certain things with the government, if you've been abused, you can't come back 50 years later, 40 years later, 5 years later. It has to be reasonable, you know. So they have a 2-year limit. They arrested me 2 times in Oakland. 2 times. I had the paperwork on the other 2, and I got 2 brand new ones. And we'll go out there very soon and we're going directly to court. With everything, they did everything during the arrest that we would want. It's in a discovery. I mean, it's as though, and they're saying to me, they know they're breaking the law, they're taking all our paperwork and all that things. And they're saying it. They're saying it. So everything is in the discovery, unless they wipe out discovery, which I wouldn't care if it's what they did, but their Fifth Amendment, you can't take property without a bill of particulars. They're taking paperwork, property, all that stuff. So what they did for me in California was a perfect arrangement, as though they were studying what I needed to win my cases, and we'll give it to them. That's the way I look at it. I don't know. But when they arrested me, aren't you going to bail out? I said, absolutely not. You must be crazy. You got to let me go. Today, tomorrow, next week. The stuff I'm arrested on is less than a traffic ticket. It's a super misdemeanor. It's trespassing. You mean you bring an army with rifles and all this new super duper stuff to the Masjid that I raised in, been there, and everybody knows it. And you're going to arrest me for the umpteenth time in the Masjid with me with the deed in my hand, because this time they say he does have a deed there with his name on it and the articles of incorporation. Now this is all being recorded, because of the new body cam. So everybody, so I'm talking all the time. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Then they come stick a camera, not a camera. It might have been. They stick the thing right, the screen in the car, in the police car. They stick one right. I'm sitting right here. They get one. So I don't know what the thing is. Boy, but I'm talking. Look what he got there. Yeah, that's it. Look what he doing. All that's in the recording. I can't lose. They have to be doing it unless you can look at my situation the same thing you look at Donald Trump's in the U.S. We always say either someone hired him to F up America, or it's Allah's historical, whatever it is, it's Allah's historical. How could you go out of your way to make sure? Remember, if this is a way to F something up, he will do that way. He won't do no mediocre middle of the road effing up. He don't do that. No siree. All the way. American credibility? You know that movie, that TV program, House of Cards? I used to love that. It was interesting. I just watched it. Did it go off or something?
Yeah, because Don came on.
Don came on, knocked the show today. Wait. And Don, see, that come on once a week. But Don, he gonna have a weekly show at least, and he may have, this last week he had 3 shows in one. Tillerson at the beginning of the week, the poor FBI, can you imagine how horrible this is for other white folks? And the FBI came out. The guy got 2 more days to retire. And you know how civil servants are about their retirement. And Don have him fired. He gonna quit tomorrow. And Don have him fired Saturday or Friday night. This is, look, Tell the truth.
They say Don is running the White House just like he ran The Apprentice.
Yeah.
They say he's running the White House the exact same way he did The Apprentice show.
He has no management experience at all. That's why his casinos failed and everything failed, and he had to sell his name. No more Trump Towers. This is Johnson Towers with Ching Chong Chang, them's place with Trump's name on it.
And Donald Jr., his wife filed for divorce.
Donald Jr.'s wife
Is
is
filing for divorce.
I can imagine. I can imagine the people see how them people.
Everybody jumping ship.
Hey,
But Don the captain of the Titanic,
Don is El Capitan.
he won't take on the captain's boss.
Hey man, he gonna do like the Japanese do, tie himself to the stern wheel of the ship. Harry Carey, cause look, but Don just gonna do it. He don't know why he do it, but the Japanese is an honor thing. Hey man, I blew it. We wouldn't be running into this stuff. So Don, he got to go down with the ship, cause wherever he going by himself. I like Don. It's I be swearing, like, you know the way the guys swear off the pipe, they swear. I swear off the news. I ain't gonna watch no more of that foolishness. Here come Don. Get up! You ain't seen nothing yet. I said, Don, I ain't paying no attention to you. Then I can hear the radio and so I go in. I said, let me see what Don. Then I'm there to about 1 o'clock at night. Let me see, CNN. This what's the all foreign news mostly, you know, like RT, then Turkish news. I think I watch that now more than anything. Press TV. And I just swore off it today, but I'm gonna go run. I get to where we are. I was going to leave tonight, but I got doggone paperwork from, did I put it here? No. I got it at the house. The paperwork for our property over on 8th Street, 5045. Now, you know there's a black bag on the back of the truck. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
Would you just walk over to the window and see there's a big black shopping bag? No, but that they used to do it. They can.
You